Hey everybody, this is G. Welcome to G Family Eats. Hey, today we got something special for you. We got some good old chicken cacciatore. I know your mom made it for you. My mom made it for me. And it's keto friendly, so it sticks with the theme of trying to remain keto for the month. D's got me going keto, so we're going to see what's happening with the keto and see if we can find some good meals that are keto friendly. So with that, just go to the ingredients real quick. Obviously, it's chicken cacciatore, so guess what? We got 4 pounds of chicken. So I got breasts, and I've got good old drumsticks that I'm going to mix in there. So that's going to be the chicken. And then to that, I'm going to have some red peppers in there. Going to add some onion in there. Of course, we're going to add our favorites, oregano and basil. Got to have those. Going to have some whole plum tomatoes that I'm going to put in there, and these are canned. They'll work just fine. Obviously, we got to have our black pepper in there. Can't do anything without any EVOOO there, so extra virgin olive oil. Going to have salt, and obviously, can't have it without mushrooms. So with that, we're going to get right into it. And the first thing that I want to do is I want to get this chicken seasoned up. So I'm going to get this chicken seasoned up for you real quick.
So if somebody's not just going to do the keto thing, so like if your family wanted carbs, what could they have with this, Gary?
Oh, you can have a salad with it.
Okay, salad. And then if you're diabetic, you need to have at least 20 or 30 carbs with your meal. So they could have maybe, some rice?
No, I don't think I'd do rice. I would probably do that little cauliflower
No,
thing.
for diabetic.
Oh, for a diabetic.
They have to have carbs.
Oh, they gotta have carbs. Yeah,
they have like 20.
Yeah, they may have to have rice
carbs.
or maybe even pasta maybe.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I mean, you could serve it with some pasta on the side. That would be fine. If you're a diabetic or something like that. I mean, I'm no expert. I'm just saying, hey, you probably could. And hey, when you're doing keto, hey, make sure you check with your doctor on this thing.
Right.
Some of these diets, are pretty tough. And so you want to make sure that you're always making sure the doctor's good with that. So I got my chicken here. I got my salt. I'm going to put a little salt over top of that. Season the chicken up a little bit. Just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Not a lot. Just enough to season it up. The sauce is going to be seasoned, so that's going to help it. It's going to help it a lot, being that sauce. And turn those over a little bit so I can get salt on the other side. Let's put a little salt on there. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to brown this. I'm going to wind up browning this in some EVOO. So now I've got that on there. I'm going to add a little pepper to it. So I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm just going to put some fresh ground pepper on there. Get my little perfect little grinder here and grind that up real good. Add a little pepper on there, not a lot. Turn it over. Turn everything over and get some pepper on the other side. Like that. I love fresh pepper. I love pepper period. To include jalapeno peppers and everything else. Actually. So that ought to do it. So I've got those babies seasoned up there, you can see. Put it in there and got those seasoned up really good. So you can see I got the pepper on there. So now I'm going to put those in. I'm going to brown these babies. And so you can cook this in a skillet, but I'm going to cook it in I got my favorite Dutch oven here. It's not really a Dutch oven, but I call it that. But it's one of my favorite pans that I've had for a while. So I'm going to cook it in there. And in there I'm going to add a little bit of EVOO. So we're going to grab that right there and we're going to put this in the pan so we can have some oil. About 1 tablespoon of oil is all we need. So I'll take out my handy dandy. So to that I'm going to add, like I said, 1 tablespoon of oil. And we're going to brown this. Brown this really good. Clean up my work area here. A little bit more salt I want to use. Clean that up. And so now I'm going to begin to brown this chicken. I've already got the stove turned up here. Heat up that olive oil here, and then we'll start the browning process in a second. So while that's doing that, I'll come right back here around and I'll start chopping up my onions here. Chop up my onions. I get my bell peppers ready. And we'll be rocking right along here. So yeah, this keto thing, I've ever since we started talking about it, I know it's popular, and so we started. Dee said, "Hey, why don't we try keto for a while? Let's just do it for 30 days." And I'm like, "What?" So you weigh yourself and everything. I'm like, "What? I don't want to weigh myself." So anyway, she got me weighing myself. She's weighing herself. Obviously, she can't go completely keto because she's got some things with being a diabetic. So she's got to watch her carbs. So she can't. Keto is low carb, right? Low carb and high fat is the way it works. So everything we're doing here is going to be high carb and low fat. So. So we're going to make sure we take care of her and make sure she's right during this whole thing. And we'll see who can lose the most, shed a few pounds in the process. So we'll see. We'll see. She's already saying that, hey, she's going to lose more than me. I said, hey, we're only going to do it for a month, man. Don't try to get skinny on me. Okay, I think my oil's almost ready. Oil is almost ready. And I'm going to start laying some of that chicken in there so it can start browning. Just put it in there, skin down, so we hear that? Oh yeah. We just put it in there. Oh yeah. That's music. 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 So basically what we want to do is we want to get that chicken in there and let it brown. We want to brown it on both sides. So we're going to let it cook for a few minutes and then we're going to turn it over. Meantime, I'm going to chop up these onions because we're going to add these onions in here in a little bit. And then we'll chop up the bell peppers too. And that way we'll be ready to go. Get a nice little chop on there. I tell you what, I'm hungry, so I'm interested in seeing. This is not my mom's recipe. This is a recipe that I found. I wanted to make sure it was a good one, since we're talking keto. My mom used to make chicken cacciatore for us when I was a kid, man. I used to love it. At least her version of it. Her version of it. Man, we loved it. Okay, so there's, we got our onions ready. Everything right there. Thing I want to do is I want to get these bell peppers done. All the baby's ready. Get that out more here. Cut it in strips. Cut it in small strips. I don't think I'm going to need those. I might just throw those in there just for the heck of it. Just to add some more color in there. Okay. So now we got those ready. That's going to go in the pot. And while we're waiting, we'll just go ahead and get this garlic ready to go. 2 cloves of garlic. Gonna mash it down. It's already peeled. It's gonna mash it down so I can chop it up pretty good. Don't get a big piece of garlic in your mouth. Nobody likes that. I like garlic, but I don't want a big piece in my mouth. Alright. Got that. Put that back in my old bowl. Yeah, I think I can turn that chicken over now. I can smell it and tell that it's percolating pretty good. Oh yeah, it's got pretty brown on it. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. All right. So now I'm gonna let this cook just a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna add those onions on top of there. And I'm gonna let those onions heat, for about 3 minutes. Then I'm gonna add those red peppers, and then after that, I'm gonna add the mushrooms. I'm gonna add some garlic. And then I'm going to cook it and stir for 3 or 4 minutes until the vegetables get, a little soft. And we'll roll from there. So we'll just wait a few more seconds and we'll add our onion in there. In the meantime, I'm going to I'll get these whole tomatoes ready to go. Now Deborah laughs at me, y'all. She laughs at me. And the reason why she laughs at me is because when we first got married, we had this thing. And we've had it all these years. And so I still like to use it. We got several electric ones. And she said, why do you use that thing? I said, because it just, you know, it's been with us ever since we got married. So I just feel like it's a part of the family. And I don't feel right not using it when I'm in the kitchen. So when I'm in here, they say, Dad, hurry up, use electric can opener. Why are you taking all your time doing that thing? Because he's part of the family. He's part of the family. He's a family member. So, okay, so I'm going to take that, whole tomatoes like that. What I want to do with those tomatoes is I want to drain that juice off of it, and then I want to quarter those whole tomatoes. So I'm gonna try to do it without making a lot of mess and putting tomato juice on the camera. So let's see how I do here. So I'm gonna put it right here in this container. Pour some of that juice off of it. Like so. We're just going to pour it off. Pour it off like that. A little bit more. Okay, put that to the side. I'm just going to take these and I'm just going to kind of quarter these things. I don't want to put whole ones in there. I'm going to slap them back in the juice because I'm going to slap them all back in the chicken. So, just canned whole tomatoes. I guess you can use fresh ones if you wanted to. Probably gotta let it cook a little longer, but this one's relatively quick. That chicken's getting really, really happy in there. That. You can hear that chicken back there. I'm going to show you it in a minute. So now we're going to have to measure up. One of the things we're going to add is we're going to add about a cup, a full cup of, well, actually a half a cup of dry red wine. This is just some red wine we had around the house. For cooking purposes, So we got that ready. Then we'll add all of our spices there. Move that out the way. We're out the way there. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna come out of the pan and bring the chicken out. So now we're gonna put these onions in there. So we're gonna drop those in the pot. Let those saute up there for a few minutes. Yeah, it smells good. I wish you guys could smell it. I wish there was such thing as smell-o-vision. So I'm gonna let those onions go here. Oh man, that smells good. I got those chicken pieces off in the bottom of that fish. Those onions, man, I tell you what. I'm starting to get hungry here. So just saute the onions. Let those cook a little bit. About 3 or 4 minutes on the onions. So just a couple, 3 minutes. And then to that, I want to add my 2 good friends. I want to add my mushrooms. And I want to add my bell peppers. I'm going to stick those in there. Okay, so there you see, I got the mushrooms, the onions, and the red pepper percolating. I got the chicken sitting there on the side. It'll go back in here and dive back in here in a little bit, but I'm just going to saute these down. Saute these down. Let these sweat a little bit. They're going to be ready. Man, that smells good. Dee just showed back up, so she's in here. She's holding the camera for me. Just let those keep percolating. They're starting to soften up a little bit. Just sit there like that. I'm going to drop a little bit of that garlic in there now just to bring the garlic. Man, that smells good. I'm hungry. Now, we got all the friends in there at the party now. Oh man. Oh man, that garlic helped it. That garlic really helped it. Man, that smells good. Okay, now, so we're just letting it sit here and we're letting it saute a little bit longer. We're going to come back here in a minute. We're going to add our juice from the grape. And then we'll add our tomatoes. And then we'll really get going. So now I'm going to add the crushed tomatoes. Those in there. And then I'm going to add le wine.
The what?
Le wine. The wine. You see her talking about me because I'm using the wrong language here. So I got that in there. To that I'm gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt that I have here. So I'm gonna add that 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I added salt to the chicken, so I should be in good shape. Then I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of dried basil. 2 teaspoons of dried basil. So let's get the basil in here. Put that basil right in there.
Smells good, y'all.
So put 2. Here's 1. Sprinkle it all over so it gets all in there. 1 more. 2. And then I want to add a teaspoon of dried oregano in there. That's the next guy I'm gonna add in there. Alright, it's starting to bubble now. Now I'm getting excited. Let's add the oregano in there. So the oregano goes in. Just like that. Okay. So I think we've got everything in there. I want to add 1 more 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. So I'm going to just put me some pepper in there before I stir all that up. Put some of that fresh cracked pepper in there to make everyone make friends in this pot. Man, that wine in there makes that smell pretty good.
Do we need an expensive bottle of wine, or what kind of wine do you need?
Oh, well, I've always been told that you put wine in there that you like to drink.
Yeah,
whatever your taste buds like is what you put in there.
Yeah, because it can ruin the taste of your food.
Yeah, so you put in there what you like. Put in there what you like. So I'm gonna let that come to a boil there in a second. Then I'm gonna add my chicken back in there. Then I'm gonna cover and cook for 25 to 30 minutes. And the magic of the camera will do its thing. We're gonna let it get up to a little boil here. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit, not too much. Man, that smells really good. I probably should taste it, make sure it's salty enough. Probably should taste it so that see if it's salty enough. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I say that's salty enough. Chicken's got salt on it, so I don't want to put too much salt in there. So we're gonna let it get to a little boil here, then we're gonna put that chicken back in there. Get a little bubble on it. Then we're gonna cover it up 25 to 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Chicken cacciatore. Kitchen cacciatore, right? No, kitchen cacciatore. Not like cafeteria. Like cacciatore. Alright. Let's bubble, baby. I'm gonna quit messing with you and let you bubble a little bit. What's that song? Wobble. Bubble.
Wobble.
We want the bubble. Okay, it's bubbling. So I'm gonna put some chicken in there, let it sit in there. You go over there. You little fella go over there. You go right there. You go right there. This was exactly 4 pounds of chicken. I weighed it. And so this will feed about, I think it's about 6 servings, I think.
What kind of chicken do you use?
I use drumsticks, and I use breasts because my lovely wife loves breasts. She's not a real fan of thighs, so I'm putting breasts in here for her.
Oh, how sweet.
Because that's what she likes. So, that's what it looks like. Before you pop the top on. Now, like I said, you can cook it on a skillet. And I've got my favorite skillet that I like to cook with, but I wanted to cook it in my little heavy duty. This is my chili pot, actually. I like to make a big pot of chili. I love this pot. So, there it is. Chicken cacciatore. It's keto friendly. We'll show you what it looks like when it's done. 25-30 minutes. This is your boy G. See you in a minute. Okay, now. It's been 25-30 minutes. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, wow. That looks amazing. Man, it smells so good. So now I'm going to take that chicken. Oh, yeah, here's D. D's here. D, I need you to do something for me. Take the chicken and put it in that pan for me. Just put it on that pan. We're gonna move that chicken, and we're gonna keep it warm, and then we're gonna let the sauce cook for about 5 or 10 minutes and thicken up.
Oh, there's my piece.
Then once it gets thick, we're gonna put the chicken back in, and then we're gonna sprinkle some mozzarella cheese on it. Mozzarella cheese on top of it. Finish it off, and then we'll be ready to plate. There's some hungry people sitting here that are waiting for this to be done. Really looks good.
Mm-hmm. Guys can tune in and watch us eat in just a minute.
You're doing a good job.
Great.
Man, it smells really good.
Yes, it does.
I can't believe it.
Woo, that's
it's a little warm.
Getting hot in there.
Getting hot. There you go. So now I'm just gonna bring it up to a medium heat. Turn it up a little bit for me there, babe. Put it on about 3.5. And we're just gonna let it percolate. All right. So we'll see you in about 15 minutes. Yeah, look at that chicken.
I wouldn't mind it if you had more mushrooms. And this is the final product. Looks delicious, doesn't it? Join us at the table.